Greetings. I am health coach Alim, and today's subject is prayer over cancer. My beloved mom, Dolores Hagan, passed away of colon cancer. And I remember vividly when the doctors notified my family. They told us that my mother would have about a year to live. It never ceases to amaze me when a doctor says a person has this amount of time to live. It never ceases to amaze me in America how we have allowed this institution, doctors, to have so much power. I want to talk about real power. Prayer over cancer. This is a series that we're going to do. Cancer does not just develop in the body. There are hundreds of natural cures for cancer. The body is an effect. Consciousness is cause. So when a family is notified that their loved one has cancer, this is a new way in which we can begin the healing process. Instead of feeling scared, frustrated, depleted, go immediately into prayer. But realize this, you do not have to pray for God to be God. The divine intelligence has a mathematical system that we're all connected to. Some say that prayer is an earthly supplication to a deity or a being that they believe that is greater than oneself. I believe that prayer is an outward manifestation of an inner set of consciousness. That prayer does not flow from the brain, but it flows from the deepest issues of the heart. Because as the heart has one chamber to promote and pumping blood, the next chamber of the heart is the poetic heart. The next chamber of the heart is a psychological and emotional heart. And then the last is the soul. And that could be an acronym for seeing over your limitation. When you pray a earth, spirit, nature-filled prayer, you're calling in the angels, the spirit guides. You're calling in nature because you're seeking for nature to nurture your nature. Prayer over cancer. When a family comes together and hold hands and don't cry, don't beg, don't beseech, affirm, when two or more gather together in my name, there shall I be. That's an enormous power that we have. That we do not claim cancer in the body because the body is an effect. And my spirit that moves my physical body can't be burnt, can't be wet, can't be touched. So therefore, I do not claim it because I'm a spiritual being having a spiritual experience. And my brain is connected to an infinite mind that governs the entire universe. So this power that we all have inside of us, it's a wonderful power that we have, saying the prayer. Prayer over cancer. Now, did you know that every cell, organ, and gland in your body responds to your vibratory frequency? And that cancer enters the body at 42 megahertz, but the average energy of the body is in between 62 and 79 megahertz, and that all raw foods have high frequency, and that in order for the brain to function properly, we need at least 70 to 74 megahertz of proper nutrition. So when we talk about prayer over cancer, we realize that this divine system that we're in is an outpicturing of prayer. That every fruit and vegetable has already been blessed with prayer. And that it has the highest vibratory frequency of love, healing, and light. So when we realize that the sun strikes the earth, giving us our seasons, giving us the law of germination, that as a peach, plum, as a watermelon comes up out of the earth, and as we eat it, we give thanks and praise in advance because we are blessed to be children of a God that thought of us before we came into existence. So before we have a need, it is met in the context that we allow nature to nurture us and that we go back to nature and eat God's divine mandated food. Prayer over cancer. Affirmative, that we shall not walk with our heads down. We shall walk with our heads high. Affirmative, that we shall listen to the doctor and say, that is nothing more than a prayer request that we shall answer. That my family is a family of faith. That we walk by faith, not by sight, in the context that we walk with an inner knowing, an inner belief. And as the great scientist, Dr. Bruce Lipton, in his book, The Biology of Belief, when you believe, it is an upper region, the brain, that controls the body. So when you believe, that belief is downloaded to the deepest recesses of every cell, organ, and gland in your body. When you believe, you have now allowed yourself to be in the divine flow. When you believe, you create a shift in your body. You realize that a miracle is not outside of nature, but it works in conjunction with nature when you believe. And when you believe, you don't allow anything to shatter your faith, because faith is something we're all born with. Cancer is an opportunity for you to prove what you believe. Cancer is an opportunity for you to realize that the body is down, but the soul is up. Cancer is an opportunity for you to affirm that your brain is limitless, timeless, spaceless. Cancer is an opportunity for you to walk in nature. And as the great Dr. George Washington Carver said, that when you love anything enough, it will reveal its secrets to you. We are adorned with healing plants, healing herbs that are prayers fulfilled. When you believe, prayer over cancer. And every day, in every way, you're getting better and better and better. 70% of your immune system is in your intestines. It is the middle of you. When you become once again balanced in life, eating from nature. When you become balanced in life to realize that there are toxic people, places, things, and circumstances, but you get away from that. You follow the road, the middle road, the Mizan, the path of peace and prosperity. Prayer over cancer. When you believe, you pray like this. Divine Mother, Father God, I invite the angels, my spirit guides, my loved ones. I invite the powers all in this universe. I ask this divine source energy flow and power to download itself into the deepest recesses of my being in this moment. I realize that every cell, every organ, every gland of my being is vibrating at a high pitch. I accept this, I walk this, I claim this. I realize right now that my prayers are deep as the ocean waters. I realize right now that the 7 colors of the spectrum are flowing in and out of my body with nutrition. I realize right now in this moment that different people are walking and talking and coming into my life, and they're bringing a word of healing, of upliftment. Everybody is bringing me a magazine of faith, a book of faith, an article of faith, that everywhere I go, that all of humanity is joined in this cosmic conspiracy to uplift me. That everywhere that I go, that every day and every way, the deepest of recesses of my soul is warm. And it's an outpouring and an outpicturing of the love that holds up the whole universe. That I am a child of God. And in this moment, I am claiming my birthright of health, of wealth, of peace, of healing and prosperity. In this moment, I am walking to be a living testament for my mother, my father, my brothers, my sisters, and my friends. I want them to get the word that yes, they diagnosed me, but the divine intelligence that governs everything in the universe has proclaimed and affirmed that every day and every way I am better. I have cancer no more. I claim this, I accept this, I walk this, I believe this. I have proven the divine in my life, and I shall step, and I will take a pen, and I will write my book of success. And believe you me, that every person has $1 million book inside of them. And your book is called Prayer Over Cancer. Peace and blessings.